J Nell here with my UFC 261 recap video. It happened last night and I hope you saw it because it was an incredible event and I did incredibly well. I made 5 picks and got 4 out of 5. So great night for me. Great night of fights. The entire main card, nothing but finishes. I have not seen all the prelims yet. I did see Brown get the win over Oliveira. That finished it, and I believe the first round as well. And I heard that the fight of the night actually came from the prelims, so I do still have to watch those. But please give me your thoughts on those prelims. Actually, while we're at it, please subscribe. Please like the videos. Please share the videos. Please comment. Give me all your conversation. Let's conversate. Converse. Let's converse because there's a lot happening afterwards with this amazing 261 with 3 belts on the line. It's from Jacksonville, Florida. 15,000 fans there, and as someone who was watching it on a screen, it did take some getting used to. I was like, oh, it's kind of loud. So it did actually for me to get some used to getting used to the noise, not being able to hear the corners like I used to, but also seeing how they did influence the fans or the fighters. A lot of the fighters said it took them a minute to calm down because they didn't realize they were going a little bit too fast in those early rounds there. So there was some effect there. Please let me know how you felt about finally having the fans back in the building. Now let's go ahead and talk about what happened. First fight, I got this pick. I chose, I just like blanked on who it was. I chose Anthony Smith to beat Jimmy Crute, and this ended in the first round. Anthony Smith, being 33 years old, was like, hey, you guys are talking about me like I'm in the winter of my career. I'm still getting better. I'm still improving. And he actually did show that here. He showed a really nice stiff jab that connected a few times. He showed some kicks and he showed some better footwork, some smoother footwork. So we see that he actually is getting better there. Jimmy Crute, 25 years old, he landed some shots. He was very willing to fight. That's actually why he got hit with a couple of those stiff jabs, because he was definitely willing to engage. Now, there was a kick that happened behind the knee in the first round from Anthony to Jimmy. This kick, I guess it stunned the nerve, like kind of paralyzed the leg. So he had the wobbly leg. He immediately fell. We didn't know if it was the knee or the foot, but he was wobbling, and this was he managed to make it through the first round. But in between rounds, the doctor was like, come take some steps forward. He tried to take some steps forward, tried to pump himself up. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to go, and in doing so, he wobbled again. The knee gave out again, and the doctor was like, no, he can't go. We don't know what's wrong here. And as I've always said, we want to err on the side of safety here. Jimmy is only 25 years old. Let's not potentially cut his career short before it's even gotten started. So someone let me know. I believe he did go to the hospital. Someone let me know if he did suffer an actual injury or if it was kind of like some sort of just stunned nerve situation and it was temporary. Let me know what happened. And of course, who would you like to see Anthony Smith fight next? Ended in, like I said, good win for him. And he's improving, showing that he's improving. Next up, I chose Uriah Hall to beat Chris Weidman, former champ Chris Weidman, and he did, but okay. So literally, like the very first exchange, if not I think it's the very first exchange. Chris Weidman goes to throw a kick, and Uriah Hall leans that knee into the shin, much in the same way that Chris Weidman did to Anderson Silva, and he breaks Chris Weidman's leg in a way that we have not seen, not only since the Anderson Silva, but almost this was a little bit worse, because then the leg snaps, and it's the shin. It's snapping this way, y'all, the wrong way, y'all. It's the shin snapped. And as he goes to take a step, and then it completely folds in half the wrong, oh my God, you can hear him scream even over the 15,000 fans. This was brutal. They only showed the replay once. This was OMG. Of course, he went directly to surgery. He even posted afterwards saying he was okay, giving the thumbs up. His wife actually, I believe she went live. She had a video saying that everything was okay. They're going to come back stronger. This is one of those injuries that you may not come back from, especially given his age, his weight class, what he's already achieved. He's lost quite a few of his last fights. He's been knocked out several times. So I don't know. This could be, let me know if you think, do you think this is going to be the end for Chris Weidman? You think this is going to be something that he doesn't come back from? He already has a gym and all of that. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Chris Weidman after such a horrific leg injury. Oh my goodness. Now, Uriah Hall, of course, this was so devastating he couldn't even celebrate or anything like that. Afterwards, he said he would do it again, but quite frankly, I don't know if you should. Now, to those of you guys calling this a freak accident, I've been consistent with the Chris Weidman fight. Oh, I just started going. I'm already going. With the Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva fight, I said it wasn't an accident. That's a technique. Turning your knee into the kick is a deterrent. That shin hits that knee, it's extremely painful, or it breaks the leg. That's a technique. That's not an accident. And as you see with the Uriah Hall leaned forward and purposely put his knee into the kick, this was not an accident. This was a technique that happened and worked in the most horrific way possible. So if you ask me, he doesn't have to fight Chris Weidman again. Let me know what you think. Should he fight Chris Weidman again? Should he move on? And if so, who should Uriah Hall fight next? Like I said, this ended in like the first exchange of the first round. Now, on to the first of the title fights, and we have, I got this pick, and still the UFC Women's Flyweight Champion, Miss Valentina Schevchenko. Bullet, Miss Bullet. Whew, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my L because I was wrong, thinking like, oh my God, she defeated Jessica Andrade, former strawweight champion. I was thinking, oh my God, this might be a real good fight here. Miss Bullet was like, oh, you guys thought she might get around? Oh, you guys thought she was gonna be a threat? Oh, you thought she had the wrestling on me? Oh, you thought I couldn't take her down? She immediately, she landed some shots on the feet. Of course, she had the reach advantage. Jessica couldn't get near her. And then she took Jessica down multiple times in the first round. Jessica was able to work her way up a few times, even reverse position and lean on her up against the cage. But then she was taken down again, repeatedly. Second round again, until eventually Valentina got the crucifix, y'all. Ref stopped the fight. TKO. And still, she's amazing. My bad. Who do you think should be next for Valentina Schevchenko? She said she didn't plan on beating her at what she does best. She just knew that she wanted to be dominant everywhere. She kind of goes with the flow, and because she's so darn good, it just so happened she was better at her best. So who do you think should be next for her? The Amanda Nunes situation, I don't really think she's stunting that too much. I think she's still trying to build her division. I know people think she lost the second fight, or she won the second fight, excuse me. But I do, you know me, I've been consistent. I do believe in whole close fights tend to favor the champion. And that was an extremely close fight. So I actually wasn't upset with that. I think at one point, they will fight again. Amanda's next fight is at 135. Let's see how she handles Juliana Pena. And I guess we'll go from there. But other than her, who would you like to see Valentina Shevchenko fight next? Next up, here's the one and the only one that I lost. And new women's strawweight champion, the Rose Namajunas. She defeated Weili Zhang, and OMG. The way she defeated her. And let me just say, even though I lost this picks, I am giving myself a little pat on the back, because you have to go back and look at my prediction video and see. I said about 6 times, I said, Rose, you gonna have to kick her in the face to get her respect. And she filling out each other a little bit. Rose was Weili had a higher offensive output. You could tell she was trying to get in because Rose fights along and already had the reach advantage. Rose was landing a couple shots, a couple of leg shots, and then she threw a leg kick to the face. Psh, flush down. Couple more shots later, knocked her out. Sleep. Done. And then probably knocked her back out in consciousness, because afterwards she was protesting like, no, what's going on? He was like, nah, Zhang, you got kicked in the face. Belt's gone. I'm like, and I'm not trying to laugh. It was just OMG. So, and then what was crazy was she actually had her guard up, but it was a wide guard. It was a loose guard. And the kick actually came right up in between the guard and hit her flush in the face with the guard up. That's why I always say, keep your hands up, keep it tight. Anyway, so yeah, we got a new champ. Got a new strawweight champ, and she is the first woman ever to reclaim a belt. So who would you like to see Miss Rose fight next? And unlike her first title win, she seemed happy. about this one. And so I hopefully mentally she'll be able to just be the best champion she can be. So who would you like to see Miss Thug Rose fight next? Now, main event, and I got this pick, and still UFC welterweight champion Mr. Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare. He kept his belt against Jorge Masvidal, Street Jesus, the BMF champ. And I gotta say, after this, somebody needs to call him out for that BMF belt. It's time. I'm not saying he should lose it. I'm just saying somebody needs to call him out. If somebody was smart at this moment in time, they would call him out for that BMF belt, try to make him put that belt on the line. Just saying. Either whether it's someone moving up from the lightweight, moving down from the middleweight, or someone in the welterweight, someone needs to call him out for that BMF belt. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this for this fight. So this fight, they was going back and forth in the first round. You saw Usman land some stiff jabs, even more jabs than normal. He's starting to set up other shots there. He had even better footwork. Again, he's still getting better. We did see a better Jorge. He was stronger with his shots. You could see more power. He was faster. He was better with his footwork. He just simply looked stronger and more game. He survived that first round. Not even survived. It was competitive, excuse me. The first round was competitive, even though there was a takedown that happened. It was a beautiful one, actually. Usman just kind of ducked under a shot and took him down. But he was able to get back up. Again, he looked strong. Second round. Ooh-wee. More of that stiff new jab that we're seeing from Usman. And then he managed to set up, I believe it was a right hook that knocked Jorge all the way out. Sleep about a minute maybe into the second round, and that's what he said when your chin touches your shoulder, he said, you know it's done. That's what we saw. It was like down to the ground, out. Jorge himself was like, okay, this is done. He himself, very humble afterwards, was okay, he's the better man. This is a wrap. And Usman afterwards, again, he had his daughter out there. That was a nice little moment. He had her with him and has family with him. His father apparently is now back after being incarcerated for quite a long time. So yeah, it was a nice moment, nice family moment there. Wife looked beautiful, like I said, beautiful little girl. So afterwards, they're saying that he is going to be fighting Colby Covington. He was being interviewed by Megan Levy. He actually said, you know, if that was me, I would have finished him quicker, whatever. What do you guys think about that? The fact that it's going to be Colby next. Kamaru said that he's like, you know, all these welterweights don't want to fight each other. I feel like I fought everybody, and before this everyone was ducking me, which is true. Before this it was very hard for Usman to get a fight. He's like, so I feel like I should get to pick and choose. Like, they need to earn it. I don't think anyone's actually earned it, and I kind of feel him on that. Even though Colby Covington did beat Tyron Woodley, that was a long time ago, and so it is kind of an issue in that weight class where the top guys don't seem to really want to fight each other. So you got Leon fighting Diaz coming up, and Wonder Boy's not Usman at all, but I think he needs to get a fight in there as well. So we'll see what happens. You let me know if you think it should be Colby next, or if you think it should be somebody else, and why. Also, of course, we had to have some Jake Paul news. He was at the event. DC walked up to him in the beginning of the event and put his finger in his face, and he was like, don't you play with me, I'll slap your boy, or something like that. I don't play, boy. I don't play games. Don't mess with me. Something to that effect. Everybody got it on camera, of course. There was F Jake Paul chants. The first one was funny. The second one, I was like, okay, are we gonna do this all night? I understand we're saying it because we don't like him, because we don't respect him, right? So why are you giving him so much attention during an MMA event where there's 3 championship fights on the bill? We shouldn't be giving him that much attention. Especially since one of the F Jake Paul chants happened while the Chris Weidman situation. I was just like, come on, y'all. So there's a lot of celebrities there. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this entire amazing event. All of the fights. Talk to me about the prelims. Talk to me about the injury updates. Groot, is he okay? Of course, Weidman, whoever wants to fight next. Talk to me about these lovely championship fights that happened. And of course, I guess, tell me what you think about the Jake Paul situation. And yeah, again, just amazing event. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I did not have any extra pics this time, but yeah, still have to follow me everywhere because I often do. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.